Saving for retirement can feel daunting. The same goes for managing your money once you've stopped working. That's why we've created an 8-week newsletter series breaking down what you need to consider, both pre- and post-retirement, into bite-sized chunks. If you sign up to our free retirement newsletters, for 8 weeks we'll send you an email full of expert guidance to help you take control of your retirement planning and give you the confidence to make smart decisions. We'll help you get to grips with your pension, teach you how to boost your income, and explain more about care options. It doesn't matter when you sign up either. Your 8 weeks of advice will start whenever you sign up. So what are you waiting for? Head to which.co.uk/retirement newsletters, all one word, to get up to speed on everything you need to know for retirement.
Hello and welcome to the Which Shorts podcast. I'm James Rowe. Thanks for joining me. Each week on the podcast, we delve inside one of the Which magazines, choose a piece that was written by one of our brilliant journalists and bring it to life, giving you loads of free everyday advice. This week, we're focusing on scams, taking stories from the Scam Watch feature in February's Which magazine, as well as an article from our website, exploring the 5 scam trends you should be aware of as we venture further into 2025. Here's Tally Ramsey's piece, adapted for the podcast, this week read by John Weeks.
As many of us take on New Year, New Me resolutions for 2025, here at Which, we're focusing on New Year, New Scams, specifically 5 new scams we think will be prominent over the next 12 months. Before we dive into those though, first up is a recently flagged scam targeting Booking.com customers. Katie from London told us she'd booked a hotel on Booking.com and weeks later got messages through the Booking.com app, apparently from the hotel, claiming that they were unable to register her and instructing her to book it all over again by following, in Katie's words, a dodgy looking link. Instead of clicking through, Katie contacted the hotel using the email address on its website and received a warning that Booking.com's connectivity partner has experienced a security incident and to disregard any recent email with a payment link as the link is fraudulent. She told us that her booking didn't look like it had been cancelled, but the messages kept on coming, so she eventually cancelled it herself. We first warned of Booking.com scams last year, but more recently we've been made aware of a scam targeting hotels themselves. The owner of a hotel in Northern Ireland shared with us scam customer complaints emails she'd been receiving, which claimed to come from recent guests and prompted her to log into a cloned Booking.com site. It appears fraudsters use these bogus sites to collect login details and take over genuine accounts. The advice from us is, regardless of how your hotel's account has been compromised, be wary. The fraudsters have some of your details, though clearly not your payment details, and may use the stolen data in future. When messages claim to be from a trusted organisation and request your personal payment details, it's vital to stop and verify the request. That means contacting the organisation directly using trusted contact details. Booking.com told us it invests in updating and protecting customers and accommodation partners and said its systems have detected and blocked the majority of suspicious activity. It also says it never asks for payment details via email, chat messages, text or phone. Now, for what to look out for in 2025, starting with one of the main tech buzzwords of 2024, artificial intelligence. But more specifically, AI-generated deepfakes. Whether it's social media profiles peddling dodgy schemes, product listings on fake websites, or scammers lurking on dating apps, fake images created using AI will be more widely used to make scams impersonating people or products harder to spot. So, to avoid being tricked by these fake images, here are our top tips. Look for unnatural details, such as lighting, hair, and hands that look strange, and look out for any blurry parts of the image. Use a reverse image search tool, such as Google or TinEye, to check if the image has been posted anywhere else on the internet. If it hasn't, this could be a sign that it's created using AI, especially if it's of a well-known person. And remember, if the image looks too perfect, it might have been created using artificial intelligence. Next, voice cloning. Another tech tool powered by AI. Scammers can clone your voice through phone calls and clips from social media, then use it to call people you know, impersonating you and asking for money. And new rules from Ofcom coming in from the 29th of January could make this type of fraud even worse. The new rules coming into force prohibit overseas callers from spoofing UK mobile numbers, so fraudsters won't be able to change the display number their call is coming from to look like it's coming from a UK number. This could prompt scammers to hone in on voice cloning to make their scam calls more persuasive, and we've already started to see some instances of it. So, to avoid your voice getting cloned, our top tips are: if you receive an unexpected, distressed call from a friend or relative that sounds suspicious, verify that it's actually them by contacting them using another trusted contact method. Make sure your social media profiles are private, as fraudsters can record your voice from your own video or audio content. And consider setting up a safe phrase with your family or close friends that you can say to verify if you're speaking to them. Number 3 is hacking. In 2025, we predict that personal data will continue to be a big commodity for scammers buying and selling details on the dark web. Hacking is a way for scammers to steal your personal data while spreading their scams further through hacked accounts. Fraudsters set traps to access your email and social media accounts through data breaches, details gleaned from phishing websites, or malware downloaded to your devices. And it looks like AI tools are also enabling scammers to find new ways of exploiting weaknesses in systems and launch cyber attacks at scale. So, our tips to avoid your accounts being hacked. Don't use the same password across different accounts, create strong passwords, and use a reputable password manager. Download antivirus software on your devices, and set up two-factor authentication or two-step verification. This is when you provide a separate form of identification, such as a code being sent via text, when you log into an account for added security. Next up, well-crafted communications. Back in 2023, we reported on how large language models like ChatGPT were potentially being used by scammers to write phishing messages. The launch of more similar free tools allows fraudsters to eliminate the classic scam sign of poor spelling and grammar, making dodgy emails, texts, and websites much harder to detect. To avoid these scams, we recommend looking at the email addresses and phone numbers dodgy messages come from. If you don't recognize them, they could be sent from scammers. Be wary of unexpected links in messages, and always be suspicious of any message or website that asks for your personal or financial information. And at number 5, something called spear phishing. It's a tactic where scammers create personalized scam messages after gathering enough information on you. They can build a fairly strong picture about you through data breaches and information you've published on public social media accounts. Then they'll send you a message containing your personal data, such as your name, address, date of birth, or even where you work, making it seem much more convincing. We reported on the increase of spear phishing in 2024 and reckon it'll continue to be prominent throughout 2025. Our tips to avoid these scams then? Keep your social media profiles private. Don't enter your personal details into websites you don't recognize. And you can check to see if your data has ever been leaked at the website haveibeenpwned, spelt PWNED.com. And that's our top 5 scams trends for the year. Hopefully this helps you enjoy a scam-free 2025.
This week, John Weeks was reading that piece. The intro section was taken from the February edition of The Witch magazine, and the main section was originally written by Tally Ramsey and published on the Witch website. If you'd like your questions answered by our experts, be sure to become a Witch member. Find out more by clicking the link in the show notes. We'll be back again next week for another episode of Witch Shorts, but don't forget that you can also listen to the Witch Money podcast every week, where we give you a dose of personal finance news every Friday. Just search for Witch Money wherever you're listening. Witch Shorts was produced and edited by John Weeks, while the exec producer was Samra McCarrath. With so many sales on these days, how do you know when you've seen a good deal? We make it easier by trawling through the deals for you to find genuinely good prices on genuinely good products, all packaged up into a free monthly newsletter. Using internal pricing data and our own market knowledge, we keep an eye on price changes and let you know whether a product is at its cheapest point. From bargains on TVs to discounts on laptops, the products we share have all been put under the Which microscope, meaning we only recommend deals on items we know work well. Our expert advice cuts through the noise to share reductions and reviews which we think will interest you. So make sure you sign up for our brand new Deals newsletter to help you grab the genuine bargains. Just head to which.co.uk/WP_deals. That's which.co.uk/WP_deals.